Hey everybody, Code Monkey Mike here. Welcome to my new channel. Now my other channel seems to be evolving into a channel where I talk about things like tech, finance, crypto, and so on. This channel here is going to be a channel where I just get down and dirty and get into code. So in this first video, I'm going to be talking about the history of JavaScript. JavaScript was created in May of 1995 by Brendan Eich while he was at Netscape. It was originally named Mocha, a name that was chosen by Netscape's founder. But then around 4 months later, it was renamed to LiveScript. At that time, Sun Microsystems had owned the trademark for JavaScript, but Netscape acquired a trademark license to use the term JavaScript, and it renamed LiveScript to JavaScript in December of 1995. It was purely a marketing decision because Java was very popular at the time. The two languages, even though one contains the name of the other, have nothing to do with each other. Sometime between 1996 and 1997, Netscape took JavaScript to the ECMA Standards Organization to carve out and maintain a specification for the language to enable other browser vendors to implement based on the work they had done. ECMA stands for European Computer Manufacturers Association. ECMAScript is the official standard, with JavaScript being the most well-known implementation of the standard. ActionScript from Macromedia, soon to become Adobe, and JScript from Microsoft are examples of other implementations. ECMAScript 1, the first version of the JavaScript language standard, was released in June of 1997. Exactly a year later, ECMAScript 2 was released, which contained only minor changes to keep in sync with the parallel standard for JavaScript. 18 months later, in December of 1999, ECMAScript 3 was released, introducing a lot of the popular features of JavaScript that we now take for granted, like regular expressions and try-catch exception handling. Work began on ECMAScript 4 in early 2000 as a huge upgrade to ES3 and was even codenamed JavaScript 2. In 2003, they released an interim report that only contained some of the functionality for ES4. Microsoft's JScript and Adobe's ActionScript had implemented some of its features, but then work completely stopped on the ES4 specification. Around this time, a new technique for creating dynamic client-side web applications using JavaScript had emerged. JavaScript toolkit libraries like jQuery, Prototype, and MooTools were all released during this time period of the JavaScript rebirth. They resumed work on ES4 in 2005. It was going to be based on the now 7-year-old ES3, the interim report, and the learnings from JScript and ActionScript. And here where it gets interesting. There were a lot of disagreements. Adobe, Mozilla, Opera, and Google, who still wanted to work towards a massive upgrade, became known as the ECMAScript 4 camp. Microsoft and Yahoo became known as the ECMAScript 3.1 camp, seeking a small subset of ES4, which would be more of an implemental upgrade of ES3 containing some minor features and bug fixes. After a compromise in 2008, ECMAScript 3.1 would become ES5, an incremental upgrade of ECMAScript 3. ES4 was abandoned. The major release never happened, and much of the major release will be put into what we now know as ES6. But that's another story. In my next video, I'll be going over some of the details of ES5. Be sure you give this video a like and click that subscribe button if you want to know more. Click on the bell icon just in case. And comment below if you want. Let's have a discussion. Take care, guys.